So in Olympiad mathematics, I had a chance of getting a question that was asking a student to make a particular variable. Now in this case it was x. So you were actually asked to make x the subject of the formula. And the question was in this form. It was x squared, I think, over the square root of, okay, x squared minus c squared, that is all under that root, is equal to c squared over the square root of x squared minus c squared, then plus 39. You want to make x the subject of the formula. What do? We can first be able to take this expression that has x on this other side of the equal sign, so that everything that has to involve x is put on one side. So we are left with a constant 39 on this other side of the equal sign. So we shall be able to have x squared over square root of x squared minus c squared, then less. Why? We tentatively take it to be positive at this point. We can be able to have a negative now. So minus c squared over the root of x squared minus c squared, and this must be equal to 39. Now we shall take these to be fractions, just like the way we can be able to say a quarter plus a third. We've always been told to get the LCM of our values on the denominator side. So in this case, we are going to take these ones to be our denominators for these two fractions. So x squared over the root of x squared minus c squared becomes our first fraction, minus c squared over the root of x squared minus c squared becomes our next fraction. And there's a constant on this side. So we shall be able to deal with this part. So we shall actually have this as our LCM. So we shall be able to have the root of x squared less c squared as our LCM. Why? If someone says a half plus a half, I just take to be my LCM, because those values on the denominator side of those two fractions are the same. We shall take just one as our LCM, our lowest common multiple. So this and this are the same. So that means this goes into this once. So we shall be saying this into this one times the numerator. So it will be 1 into x squared plus the brackets minus. This and these are the same. We shall say this into this, that is 1. So we shall say 1 into c squared. That must be equal to 39. So 1 times x squared, so that gives us x squared. Okay, so x squared over, okay, so less, then 1 times c squared, that is c squared, then everything is over x squared minus c squared under the root, which we took that as our LCM because whatever is on the denominator side is the same for the two fractions, or for the two parts. So that is equal to 39. And now if you look at this part, we can be able to look for a way on how we can be able to remove the square root, so that now this x that is under the root can actually have that chance of being able to get made the subject of the formula. So I can say let this be squared. So the only way you can be able to remove the square root is by squaring everything. Be able to square everything. Okay, so you can square everything. Then I can come here and write this in terms of making it look like now I've actually been able to square it. So it can look like x squared minus c squared, then x squared minus c squared. What does that mean? 2 squared is the same as 2 times 2. So this expression squared is the same as that expression times the same expression. Then this is over, and of course this square and this root will disappear. So I'll be left with what? x squared minus c squared. And this must be equal to 39 squared. So if you kindly look at this, you can realize that we can be able to get rid of this and this because they are similar. So you are left with x squared minus c squared is equals to 39 squared. And we are interested in making c a companion of 39 and leaving x on one side and making x squared to be left on one side. With the subject with the formula, of course, I will get introduced for us to get left with x. So shall take this squared on this side. So shall be left with x squared is equals to 39 squared plus c squared. So we are interested in making x and not x squared. So what do? We shall introduce a square root on both sides. So that means our x should be equal to plus or minus. Remember students, whenever a square root is introduced in mathematics and it tends to get placed where there's an expression or whatever you cannot be able to give as a final answer in terms of the square root of what you're looking for, then you are actually allowed or just forced to introduce a plus and a minus as well. So you get compelled to introduce that. So the square root of 39 squared plus square. So two possible values or expressions of x. So x can either be plus, of course, don't even need to write the plus, the square root of 39 squared plus c squared. And x can as well be negative square root of 39 squared plus c squared. So those are our two possible answers for